Along exercise. This is solely recap, so if you're already very familiar with classes and constructors, just skip this. I don't want to bore you to death. However, if you need some practice, let's do it together. So I'd like us to make a class called bank account that represents a user's bank account. Let's say we have an online bank that we're creating. Very simple stuff here. Each bank account has a couple of properties. An account number, you pass that in when initializing a bank account. An account holder name, so whatever string name someone has, and then optionally a balance. But we'll have the balance default to 0. When you open a new account, if you don't put money in it, it starts at 0. But you could also provide some value there. Then we'll have two methods, deposit and withdraw. Deposit wants an amount, let's say $100. It should increment balance and then maybe console.log a message saying what the new balance is. And then withdraw does the opposite. It expects an amount and then decreases the balance property by that amount. And there maybe should be some logic in there to make sure it doesn't go below 0 and you have enough funds to actually withdraw. So I'll just show an example. I've already written this class. Let's do const cult account equals new bank account. I'll make this a bit larger and not like that. And it's expecting us to provide a couple of things. An account number, let's just do 123 ABC. The account holder's name, we'll do Cold Steel. And then I won't provide a balance. And we can see the balance starts at 0. There it is. Of course, I could do dot balance as well. Now let's deposit some money. Deposit $200. I get a message. It says your new balance is 200. And if we look at the balance, we get 200. Now let's withdraw some money. So I will start by showing you if I try and withdraw like 500, insufficient funds, my balance is unchanged. However, if I withdraw $50, it tells me your new balance is 150. And if I actually look at the balance, it is in fact 150. That's the basic functionality I'd like us to create. The other thing I'll show you is if we provide an account number and a name, like Todd Margaret, and an amount, let's say $600, 600 will be used to initialize the balance. Okay, so let's go about creating this. Pause and try it on your own if you'd like. Again, if you're new to this, it takes a bit of time. All right, so we'll begin by defining our class called bank account. And we'll add our constructor. The constructor is going to expect up to 3 different properties here, or rather parameters. We'll have the account number, the account holder, and I guess in my example I was using the full word account, that's fine. Account number, account holder, and then balance, and I said it should default to 0 if you don't provide it. And then we'll simply set our individual properties on each instance of bank account. This dot account holder equals account holder. This dot account number equals the account number argument that was passed in. And this dot balance equals balance. All right, now let's work on the deposit method. So deposit expects an amount to be passed in. I guess we should probably check to see if amount is greater than 0. If amount, you can't really deposit a negative number. Technically, you should probably check that it's even a number in the first place, but this is fine. If amount is positive, we will set this dot balance to be plus equals the amount that was provided when we call deposit. And then maybe we'll just console.log a message. Let's do a string template literal that says you deposited, and then amount, maybe I'll put an extra $sign in front. So we'll see $500 or something. And then I'll say new balance is, and then same thing. And I'll put this dot balance. Otherwise, down here, I guess we can console.log can't deposit a negative amount. So let's try it. Let's make a new bank account just quickly here. Const A, I'm going to be lazy, equals new bank account. That's a terrible name. And here's our account number. This one will be held by, I don't know, James Dean. And let's not provide any initial amount or initial balance. So here's A, it has a balance of 0, perfect. And then let's call deposit with $200, and we see you deposited $200, new balance is $200. Oh, duh, we've got some basic logic issues. We want to put an else here. But otherwise, aside from the two console.logs, we'll try that one more time. Let's deposit $200. Great, our new balance is $200. Now if I try deposit with negative 200, we'll get can't deposit a negative amount. And if we deposit, I don't know, another 100, we should see that our balance is now 300. All right, so let's wrap up with the withdraw method. It's quite simple as well. Withdraw amount. We could do a check to see if it's positive. We also, more importantly, want to make sure that the amount that you withdraw is not greater than the amount in the account, right? So we probably will do something like this. If amount is greater than this dot balance, then we can console.log, you can't withdraw that much. And then otherwise, we will set this dot balance to be subtracted by the amount that was passed in. And then let's just console.log a message with a string template literal that says you withdrew some amount. The new balance is this dot balance. Let's quickly try it. Let's make another bank account just called A. Let's deposit $200. Let's withdraw $100. You withdrew 100, new balance is 100. Let's check our balance, that looks good. Now what if I try and withdraw $200? You can't withdraw that much. Very simple, not a real bank account, very silly logic. We're not even checking to see if things are numbers, right? You could initialize a bank account with a balance of true or infinity, or there's a lot of things that you could do here, but it's mostly just about getting practice with methods and constructors.